Hi guys, and welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast. I'm Alex Whiteley, and there's no Vix. Vix is feeling a bit under the weather, so the intro for this podcast is going to be recorded by moi and moi alone. But this episode has been put together by Vix herself. This is the first one of her homework episodes. And so when Vix first joined the Biscuit, I said, right, you need to go and find me 2 interviews and bring them back. I don't want to know anything about these guests. So this is what's happened. Today, we're going to be bringing on Shaun Owen from the 12th Man Vintage clothes store, which is in the Parade. And remember when I used to have the studio in the Parade? Yeah. Well, a great place for independent shops and traders. So yes, that's what we're going to be talking about today. I've done no homework. Okay, Vix has done everything. I'm just going to come in and just be my normal chatty self. Do you know what I mean? So that's what this episode is. This episode is recorded at Shropshire Business Suite at the amazing podcast studio they've got built in there. We've done a number of podcasts from there now. It's really fantastic. If you want to use that studio, if you want to get involved with the amazing seminars, webinars, the business boom that's going to be going on there, please give Stuart Woodings a follow. Drop him a message if you want to use the studio. He'll go through the pricing. And I do believe that Shropshire Business Suite do have an Instagram page now. So give them a follow so you can stay up to date with what's going on, because it's kind of open but not open. They're kind of just taking their time to sort of feel for things and see where things are. So yeah, Shropshire Business Week, thank you so much for letting us use the studio. It's almost becoming like a little bit of a home for the Shrewsbury Biscuit. I like it. It's really cool. Right then, let's get on with this episode. This is Shaun Owen, amazing podcast put together by Vix. Let's do this.
Guys, it's Vix from the Shrewsbury Biscuit podcast, and today we've got
we've got your homework, haven't you?
Yes.
Because Vix obviously she's a new member of the team, and I did say to her, like, right, what we're going to do is you're going to go and get your own interviews and bring them to the show. So This is it today. I mean, I'm really excited about this. You mentioned on the end of the last podcast who we've got, but I've done no research. No offense, Shaun.
That's all right.
So take it away. Who's your guest today, then?
Yes, so today I'm really excited to introduce to you Shaun Owen, and he's from the 12th Man Retro shop in Shrewsbury, which you can find in the lower level of the Parade shopping centre. So welcome today, Shaun.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. It's great to have you. Really excited. So tell us a little bit about yourself, just to start off, and about what got you into all of this.
Oh, right, okay. I'm one of these people who's done like loads of different things. Went to university, worked on building sites, was a football journalist.
Oh, wow.
Worked in marketing, worked for a tech company, did a bit of writing.
Very multifaceted then.
Yeah, you could say that, or I just didn't really know what I wanted to do. Then I started running my own business, and now my thing is football shirts, which I've always really, really, really wanted to do.
Wow. So you sell a range of retro football shirts, and there is a massive array that are just absolutely fabulous. I've shopped in there myself and bought my son, who's a football mad teen. So tell us, where did this sort of collection stem from?
Well, I used to just buy for myself. So I'd be visiting retro football shirts at shops and going online. And my collection was just getting a little bit out of hand. So it was either sell them, and it's sort of like I could sell them on eBay, or just if it didn't really feel very, very personal doing it that way, or I could just open a shop, which would then allow me to feed my habit even more.
I like it.
So I went down that route.
So does this start off with you buying shirts when they were vintage and you just held on to them, or were you buying them as vintage items?
I'd mainly as vintage items, to be fair, because sort of, I've only started collecting since I could afford them, so it's only been like the last 10, 15 years, really.
Yeah.
So I've had to go back and get a load of the ones that I really love from the 90s and stuff.
Because there was some mad stuff in the 90s going on, wasn't there, with shirts? I mean, I remember the green and yellow United shirt and the grey horrible one with the red.
Yeah, the classic one where they got lost in the crowd. And there's so many cool football shirts in the 90s. It's sort of like... So I think I'm going to be able to like get my hands on nearly every one of them at some point, because I'll just keep... Unfortunately, I've got to sell them as well. But
I was going to say, it's like you've got a part of your soul going into this shop. Do you feel like you're selling a piece of yourself when you sell a shirt?
Sometimes, there's the ones that I was like, there was probably about 150 that were mine, as in I bought them for me. And now there's probably about 10 left in the shop.
Oh my word.
I know. So it's like people have been coming and taking a bit of my soul every single day. Oh. But that's fine. Because it's allowed me to go and buy new ones that I haven't had before, that's the most exciting thing, really.
Yeah.
It's the buying, but it's also seeing people when they come into the shop and them just sort of their eyes lighting up when they see something that they...
Do you have items in your closet at home that you just don't want to put in the shop yet because you don't want to let go of them? Do you know what I mean?
I know there was the closest I've been, to be fair, is Robbie Fowler is probably my favourite footballer of all time. So I had a Robbie Fowler
legend
shirt. And my wife and my son were like, we can't let you sell that. We can't let you sell that. And I'm like, but it's a business. I've kind of got to get over it. And literally, it was the first shirt I sold in the shop. On
very popular player, though, from a very popular team. It's going to sell, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's sort of like, oh my God. It's like on the first day, the one that...
Wow. Yeah, I feel a bit emotional.
Yeah, that's fine. It's cool. It's absolutely cool.
I'm a little bit of a secret hoarder, so I'm finding this conversation quite difficult.
I'll just open a shop. It's really good.
I do have to, because
a habit. Yeah.
People that know me know that I put weight on, I lose weight. I put weight on, I lose weight. So I'm constantly auditing my clothes because I'm going like, that's too big for me. Oh, actually, I might need that. You know what I mean? So I'm always, because otherwise my drawers overflow and I don't like that, So, but I got a Millonarios shirt from Colombia, because my wife's from Colombia. When we went over to Bogota, we watched the Millonarios play, and I've got that in my thing. But if I tried that on now, I'd probably end up in hospital. It's way too tight.
Yeah.
It's nice to have those things, isn't it? I've got I nearly wore it today, but it's so blooming cold outside. But I got a Packers shirt that's vintage from the 90s, and I wear it all the time. I was thinking, I got to wear this just to show him, because NFL. But I was like, it's too cold, and also it's got we're going to do around the Reeking later, but this is an unofficial one. It's not going in, but scratchy. You'll know this from the vintage shirts. Those scratchy designs, that scratchy nipple from the inside of the shirt. What's all that about? Like,
it's like the embroidery. It's old school embroidery, isn't it? It's like. Yeah, nah.
You're going home with chafed nipples from wearing a vintage shirt.
If shirts don't fit you, though, you can do what my son's done, because he's grown out of a shirt and he loved it so much. And he was like, oh, Mum, I don't want to sell it. I was like, frame it. Put it in the frame. So he's got it above his bed now. As a frame.
No, I mean, that's a lot of people do that, to be fair.
Yeah, my son's got a Shrewsbury Town one. We've just been chatting away from the mics that we're both Shrewsbury Town fans. He's got one we went to the supporters night, and that's a good way to get all the players to sign. So the season before the Cottrell era, he's got all the players on that shirt.
Yeah, they're really good. Wow. I mean, town like that, to be fair.
So are you a fan of Shrewsbury Town yourself?
Yes, absolutely. Home and away.
Oh, fantastic.
Which it was literally a massive decision when I was opening the shop. Like, because obviously I've got to open a shop on a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was sort of like, all right, thankfully, my wife is amazing. And she said, I'll just do the Saturday. We can still go to the away games. So, which is great. Because I think if I wouldn't have had that, I would not have opened the shop or would not have started the business.
Yeah. I think I've met your wife because I took my son in on a Saturday. So that,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah, we bought the,
Yeah,
the Drogba shirt.
Yeah.
Drogba shirt. What a great. Oh my God, I'd love a Drogba shirt.
Yeah. In fact, yeah. Great.
He was very
Thanks,
pleased
he's
with
like,
that
thanks
purchase.
for buying that shirt.
Yeah, it was a massive decision for me. Honest to God, it's sort of like, because me and the lad, we just do not miss games at all. So I couldn't believe, it's quite sad how it was such a big factor whether I'm going to do something.
No, I think that shows that you're a committed fan.
But so thankfully we've been able to do it, and it's all good. I love watching Town.
Yeah, we do too. Good and the bad. I mean, I work 4 on 4 off, so sometimes I miss a game. That's very heartbreaking, but
Yeah.
We as a family religiously go, and we've done a few away games as well. Away games are really fun, I think.
They're amazing.
We went to Port Vale last season, obviously not this.
That was a cracking away day. Yeah, that's.
And
really
I was like, people are like, oh, you're going to Port Vale? Ooh, the rivals. I love the people of Stoke. They're so genuinely really cool people. Like we went sat in it's really old. You remember like when you're kids and you go to a cafe and you have like sausage and beans and chips, like then old school cafes.
Oh,
We went and sat in one of them. I was chatting to the locals because obviously we had our Shrewsbury Town tops on, and the people are great. And we drew, didn't we? 2-2 was it? 1-0?
No,
1-1.
we won 2-1. I think Tom Bloxham scored the winner. We massively needed a massive result out of that game.
Yeah, it was just like, I love, I mean, I'm the king of conversation, I'm the biscuit guy, but like I love talking to people. When you can go carefree and not be worried about getting into any argy-bargy on an away day.
It ain't like that anymore, is it? I mean, football, it's so, it's kind of such an old-fashioned view that football fans are hooligans now.
I always...
they really are not. I've been following Shrewsbury home and away. I go England games and go to tournaments.
All right, get you.
But
Those aren't cheap tickets.
But there's no hassle, really. I mean, you obviously read about it. I mean, if you can find hassle if you want hassle, and there's other like-minded people who want that hassle. But there's football fans are just.
That's why I like Shrewsbury, because where we sit is like the noisy end. Like,
Yeah, it's
that's
good,
where the
isn't it?
drums are. We both sit in the same stand.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
We like that, and you do get the odd obscenity. And my lad is 10. He's always given the ref the finger, but not in the way you think, because he knows what the finger is, so he gives it this finger. So that's my index finger, by the way. So if the ref is being bad, he'll throw the finger up.
That's good. I like it. So he's still expressing himself, but without being,
But he's getting mad now. You can hear him sometimes. What ref? Like he'll go mad at him, like But I love that. You get to blow off some steam, don't you?
Yeah. I love the passion and everything of the game, and I love that it brings communities and people together, and you're all sharing that passion.
That's the thing with football. I think it's like, that's why we're called the 12th man as well, really. It's because I love football fans more than I love football.
Yeah, love that.
It's just a game, really. And it's like, it's a silly game, really. But
And
the fact that
fun, remembering the fun of it.
Exactly, the fact that like 10,000 people every week are like invested in 22 blokes do on a field. But it's the whole thing around the game. It's like the conversation. It's just sort of such a... the community is amazing with football fans. And it's great if you see somebody, like the beauty of like the retro shirts and stuff. If you see somebody in a retro football shirt, and you're in a pub or something, you
Conversation starts
straight away. You're like, oh my god, you know what I mean? It's
Shared appreciation.
Absolutely, yeah.
I love the banter. I remember when I used to do You Suck, which is my old podcast. I used to do US UK. I used to love like building relationships with my friends in America. One of the things I did is I started watching the NFL. I thought, I need an American sport to watch, right? Now, I can't just choose a team on the NFL to support. I don't want to do that. I want to watch the sport as a whole, but I would focus on a team by spinning a wheel every season, right?
Right, okay.
And that's the team. I've had the Raiders, I had the Falcons, and I had the Vikings. And it was really funny because we did this live show, and there's always the chat going. Ryan Berger, who is one of our listeners, was like, I hope it doesn't land on Vikings. I hope it doesn't land on Vikings. And as he said it, it landed on the Vikings. And he goes, oh my God, you'd be purple too if you were choking for that many years. And it was because the shirt's purple, obviously. I love that because you can have that conversation. Like, you're right. It starts...
I love all the songs as well when you get into chanting at the football event. But I'm like a bad karaoke artist because I don't know all the words and I try and sing along and join in because my son knows all the words and I'm like getting all the words wrong. So I'm kind of like a bad karaoke artist, but I do sing along.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the big thing about football. It's the singing in it. It's just like a massive.
Missed a massive opportunity though with Matter when we had Matter at Shrewsbury.
Go on.
Because they should have been singing, "What's the matter, you?" Hey, that would have been great. Like,
it would have been great. Yeah. I think, and it kind of would have summed him up quite nicely as a footballer. God bless him. Yeah.
Got another question for you, Shaun. So you met recently with Gareth Ainsworth.
Yeah.
What a guy.
And he came into your store, didn't he?
Yeah. No.
How did this happen?
He's been in a couple of times. He's such a cool guy.
Can you tell the listeners who he is, in case people don't know? I'm sure they do. But
so yeah, Ainsworth is the new Shrewsbury manager.
yes,
he's had such a massive impact on the club, and I'd say Shrewsbury as an entire place as well.
Yeah.
It's like there's such a buzz around this.
Even if you don't like football either.
No, yeah, I mean because he's so relatable as a guy. He's the most positive person I've ever met in my life. He is. You're speaking to him, you're like, oh my God, will you just run my life, please, Gareth? It's sort of like,
we all need somebody
he
like
will
that.
be able to fix everything.
Wow.
And he makes you believe in stuff.
Do you know how positive he is, right? When I first met, so my kids live in Wrexham. I grew up in Wrexham, right? That's just,
Yeah.
it's just how it is.
I have to go, boo.
Yeah. Well, I always brag that I probably can go for a pint in Wrexham after Shrewsbury play Wrexham because I've got friends there. Do you know what I mean? Like, we would be fine. But I was walking through Shrewsbury with my son, Leon. What's up, Leon? And we saw Ainsworth. I was in the Ploughboy. I was like, finish your food, quick. I went running out the Ploughboy. And I was like, oh, Gareth. And he was like, and I was like, oh my God, thanks for doing what you're doing. The positivity is great. I was like, I'm with my son today. And like, he's from Wrexham. He's like, oh. Okay.
Good lad. Oh, he's learned.
No. He was like, oh, it's nice to meet you. He was very fine. We took a photo and stuff. Very down to earth though. Even though my kid's from rival town, he's kind of like, yeah, nice to meet you. You know.
Yeah. No, it's also the thing I found about because when you're chatting with him, you can, he's not one of these guys who kind of dismisses you and just wants to say hello and then bye bye. He's sort of like was chatting to him for half an hour. And we were talking hardly about football. We were talking about music.
Yeah.
We were talking like
he's in a band
immediately. Yeah. Hopefully they're going to play in Shrewsbury soon.
Oh wow!
So that'd be really cool.
Oh, fantastic! So you've got a signed shirt by him, haven't you?
Yes.
And you're actually raising some money by raffling this shirt. So what's the money going to go towards, and how do people buy tickets?
Yeah, sound. So I had a Gareth Ainsworth QPR shirt in store.
Oh, wow.
He came in for
just randomly, or did you get it in because he was?
I got it in because I thought at some point I might bump into him, maybe, and you know what I mean. And thankfully I did.
Brilliant.
So then he comes in. I asked him to sign it, and then I'm like, oh, now what? Because it's either I've kind of put it on my wall, blah blah blah, or I was like, nah, okay, let's do something with this. So I know the guys at South Stand Flags, who are the sort of fan group in the South Stand of Shrewsbury Town. And the work they do is incredible.
Positivity, flags.
Oh, it's massive.
It.
So flags, banners, etc., etc., etc. They always need replacing. They always need new ones. I mean, these guys do it for absolutely nothing as well. So I'm like, let's try and raise a few quid. As of today, I checked before started this. I think they're on about 380 quid.
Oh,
wow.
Fantastic.
Which is really good. So that's going to buy loads of good stuff for the South Stand and allow them to keep going as and when.
It's nice that you do that because, like, okay, so like with I've seen you see me in doing stuff with the podcast with the football club and stuff, which is nice, and I do that because I love doing the podcast stuff, but I try not to blur the lines too much, right? Because I've got my football, my love for Shrewsbury, and the biscuit. I need to keep them separately because at the moment, I feel like I can't really say much on Facebook about things that are going on because otherwise they might be like, well, actually, do you remember on March the 12th when you said this thing?
Oh,
You know
mate,
what I mean?
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Pedantic nature of football fans.
yeah.
Amazing.
Well, not just that. Like, if the media team saw that I said something on social media, because like I've been like holding back about certain things.
Yeah.
They might not make me feel more welcome. Do you know what I mean? So like, you've got a business to run, and you got your love for the club.
Yeah.
How do you balance it out?
I don't know. It's just sort of like I say, it's sort of like my connection with Shrewsbury Town isn't necessarily to do with the players or the club. It's with the fans, really, because that's why I go. Because it's literally, I've got on away days, I've got 600 mates there. Home games, we've got 6,000 mates there, and that's why we're there. Really, I'm there because I love football. Football as a game is obviously brilliant, but the whole experience of being a football fan and
So you see yourself as the 12th man?
I see every single one of these people who spends an absolute
We're a brethren. Yeah.
fortune to go. I mean, to be a football fan now, it costs so much money, and you know what I mean. So say we go down play at Charlton in London. For me and my lad, it's probably rocking out at well over 100 quid, 150 quid. That's a big expense, but you kind of do it without even thinking and without even budgeting for it, just because you're going to do it.
We just had like 4 away games on the run. It's kind of like,
yeah, it's hard, man. It's so, but you see the same faces all the time, and you are a family, and it's like you go on holiday every weekend, every other weekend together.
Oh, it's brilliant.
To some sort of small town around England. It's great, and I get to see loads of other places as well. Forest Green, I'd have never been there.
Yeah.
Odd little place.
So you've got lots of friends that you've made that you see outside of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it gets quite weird, really, because you'll see people in town and you'll be like, I know you from somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I know you because you've like been 40 yards away from it in a away game before.
it's nice though, because you get to change. Like, every single club has got its own culture and its own history and its own likes and dislikes. I remember chatting to Reading fans about what's happened with the Majewski stuff. Yeah. Like, that's heartbreaking for them. We went to Derby. Like, that was probably like, was that the first away day we did? That's such an amazing stadium.
Yeah, it's a great away day, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, we went to the Derby away day. You're right. You get to see so many nice parts of. I mean, sometimes if you go on the coach, they pull you in. You go, you do the game, and then you back on the coach and you go. But
Wrexham. That's what we did.
Yeah. My wife went on her own with my son.
Yeah,
because I was working. And she was like, "Yeah, we literally got ushered like cattle.
By the police." Yeah, we had a police escort into the Wrexham game.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool in itself, really.
Yeah.
I mean, if they'd have looked at the people on the coach, they'd just gone, "Oh my," you know what I mean? Because we're all just mega happy people. Nobody's there for any grief. But so we found it hilarious that we had.
You guys keep talking. I'm going to come around and take some photos, all right? Just be natural, all right? Be natural.
We'll try. Okay, so you're based in the bottom of the Parade shopping centre.
Yeah.
And it's quite a nice shopping centre because there's sort of loads of like independent stores, isn't there, in there?
Yeah.
And so does that feel like you're part of a little community in there in a sense?
Absolutely. It's like, it's everybody kind of knows everybody, and, it's every business wants every other business in there to do really well.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff going on there as well. The guy next to me, Richard, he's the artist. He's brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
Wonderful.
We commissioned him to do a Johan Cruyff.
Oh, wow.
Been on the podcast a couple of times. Yeah.
He's awesome. He's such a nice guy as well.
Yeah. Unit 57. What's it called? Unit?
Studio.
I was getting it wrong.
I just know.
Sorry, Richard.
Richard the artist.
Let me find it.
Studio 67, is it? Or something?
I'll find it now.
He's looking on his phone now.
But Yeah, so he's really cool. Yeah, you got the guys at Bobby's. You've got the lovely cafe.
Yeah, there's so many places in there, isn't it? It's wonderful, really great.
No,
We had the studio there for a while. The Biscuit did.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I know. We were there for like a year and a half, I think. So we were making because the guys at Shropshire Festivals and Beth Heath and all that, they were looking after the PR for the parade. So they were like, they got some empty units. Maybe you want to use one. I was like, absolutely. Now they've turned it into a Mexican restaurant. They've knocked it through.
Is that right, okay.
They knocked it through because it was set on a kite, and then next door was my studio.
Yeah.
And they've knocked them through now. You're right. There are some amazing people up there, like Manola Moss upstairs. She's been on the show.
Yeah.
There's Dale Hintz as well. Was in the corner there. Is he still there? Dale Hintz.
Is that they're the
barber.
hairdressers, they're barbers? Yeah.
One of the best in the UK. Literally one of the best barbers in the UK.
Yeah.
So many amazing stories there. You're very lucky to be there.
I think it's really cool. Yeah. There are loads of really, really nice and like the caretakers there are really nice and friendly. Do you know what I mean? It's like a super, super positive place. I think it's a hidden gem as well because the amount of people who still come up to me when they come into the shop and I never knew this place was here. It's like, oh my God.
It is a hidden gem. I think we need to shout about it a lot more.
I think we do, yeah. Because there's loads of really, really cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
Did you know Martin Wood, our town crier, used to be a porter there when it was a hospital?
Wow. He's a mind of an information.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a town crier.
Yeah.
The tallest in the world.
The tallest town crier in the world.
Yeah, Martin Wood.
Oh, wow. We had a tall MP as well, didn't we? Wow. We people in Shrewsbury are big, man.
We're giants.
Shrewsbury's massive.
So my son came into your shop, as you know, and he spent his birthday money, and he bought himself this Drogba shirt. He was really, really chuffed to bits with it, and the quality of it was just in pristine condition.
Yeah.
And he also bought a Ronaldo shirt as well.
Yeah, he is one of my best customers.
I said it to you, didn't I, in a message that I think he's going to end up like you one day, which is a little bit concerning.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
He'll have a massive wardrobe of all these retro shirts. So with the shirts that you sell, you've got a range of prices, haven't you? Mm-hmm. Sort of what do they sort of start from and go up to, and kind of, how do we sort of like advertise it for you?
Oh, I don't know really. It's price-wise, anything from 20 quid to 250 quid, really.
Yeah.
I think kind of what makes the shop a bit special is that you're not going to find a lot of it anywhere else.
They're one-off pieces.
Yeah, and it can transport people back to the 90s, back to the early 2000s, back to the 80s in some cases.
Especially the iconic shirts that we were talking about. I mean, like the Invincibles Arsenal shirt.
Yeah,
that shirt is like that's the JVC or was that Sega?
That was I think it might have been JVC. I think it was Nike JVC, wasn't it?
Or was
it?
It might have been Dreamcast, maybe. Sega.
Maybe even be Dreamcast. Yeah, it could have been.
But those shirts, like, they stay with you forever. You're right.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's sort of like I grew up on sort of Liverpool candy shirts, stuff like that. I mean, where I really fell in love with football shirts is probably like the Italian Serie A era.
Yeah.
Which at the time
loud shirts
you didn't really appreciate, and then you go back and you go like 20, 30, 20 years later, let's say. And you look back at the shirts, you go, "Oh man, that's cool."
Those Italian 90 shirts,
awesome shirts. It's like, and I totally get it as well. You'll see a fella, perhaps around my age, walk into the shop and he'll see like an Italy 1990 shirt, and they just buy it. Just their eyes lighting up and they go, "Oh my God, I remember this." Bang. Yeah.
Nostalgia is really important. Okay, well, I got a story from yesterday about nostalgia. So tomorrow I'm going for a day trip to Paris. Right?
Oh.
So it's called an extreme day trip in EDT. So you go in the morning on a plane. The fares are like 30 quid because of the day thing. So it's cheaper to go to Paris than it is to go to Birmingham. Do you know, it's mad.
Right.
Yeah. So we go and go to Paris, but and we're going to go walk around, do the tourist stuff, then jump on a plane, come back the next day. That's what we're doing tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely insane.
Awesome.
That'd be incredible.
That's
but I wanted to take a disposable camera. Kick. Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh,
and
God,
then
like
get them developed. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Can you still buy them?
They're 15 quid each. Remember that used to be like $3.99. Wow. Anyway, so I went
Half the photos don't come out though.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's the whole beauty of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went to Curry's because I know they sell them in Boots, but they were expensive, so I thought I'd check in Curry's. And he was like, "Oh, can't you just put a filter on your phone?" And I was like, that's not nostalgia. That's fake nostalgia.
Did you try Jessop's?
I should try Jessop's, really. But, do you know, once I saw the 15 quid each, I was like, do you know what? That idea's gone now. Let's just go Paris. And
You're just destroying the romance now. Destroying the romance of the whole idea. Yeah.
But nostalgia is really important. You're right. It transports you. It's a time machine.
Seriously.
Time machine.
Well, instead of an extreme day trip?
Yeah.
I do an extreme shopping trip, and I probably would come into that story. I probably would. I'm getting obsessed with it myself. So you've brought into us today 2 fantastic shirts.
Yeah.
And like you say, it sort of takes us back to a period of history, or it could be something about the player. And it's like each shirt in its fabric has so much history in it, doesn't it? And sort of meaning, and some are more than others, because my son's been educating me in this, that basically it was like, oh Mum, but that shirt was the last time that guy played for that team, and and it's like, oh wow, there's so much to it, and they won this game, this match in that era, all the rest of it. So today, talk us through what you've brought in for us, please.
Well, I brought in just a couple that I kind of feel personally connected with. You can still come in and buy them, but
They're still for sale.
and I will hate you for it, but
Maybe double the price.
I can see they have their tags on.
Yeah, so I got this is where I kind of fell in love with football. Italia 90. A lot of people my age will say exactly the same. So it's a absolutely original of its time England 1990 Italia 90 shirt.
Wow.
Hold that up so I can get a picture.
With
Yes.
there you are. And it has on the back number 19 in felt.
Oh, it's lovely.
Touch the felt.
Who's 19?
Amazing.
Oh,
Hold on, let
my
me see if I
word.
can guess who's 19.
That feels sensational.
Not Campbell, no.
No, it was Paul Gascoigne.
Gaza.
I love it.
Yeah, so Gaza and that whole England side of that era.
Is it weird if I stroke the shirt a bit more?
No, you can carry on stroking. Yeah, just think of it as a white cat.
Yes.
Don't tell her that. She'll buy it.
Take it home with me. You can come and live with me,
So that's
my
one.
precious.
I'm so glad I was recording that. I got that now.
Yeah, so that's like a really, really.
That's lovely.
I think I love that shirt. Purely because it was my gateway drug into football.
Okay, wait, I love that, by the way.
And then, secondly, what really started me collecting loads of football shirts was Dortmund, because I just loved nearly all their shirts.
We're going to do that as an EDT, by the way.
Are you going Dortmund?
We want to do it.
It's all right, actually. I went in the summer. Have you been before?
No.
It's a bit like Wolverhampton.
Is it?
Say no more.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with Wolverhampton, I hear you say?
Nothing.
It's all right. It's all right, but it's like you've got to go there as a football tourist, really.
Yeah.
Because as a place itself, I wouldn't really recommend it. You should go Cologne, just down the road.
Go Cologne, yeah.
Brilliant.
We'll do a football off. I'll write to both clubs and be like, I'm pairing one against the other.
If you go into the football, go to Dortmund, though.
Yeah?
If you go in football, go to Dortmund. But if you're just going for a
Okay.
trip, like, go Wolverhampton.
Go Wolverhampton. But nobody wants to go and watch Wolves, though. That's the thing.
No.
Joking, I'm joking.
Yeah.
So you got a Dortmund shirt with you today.
I love the colour. It's really bright.
So I got a Dortmund 1992 to 1993, long sleeved. Oh, I mean, it's just.
I love the pattern on the sleeves, the black and the yellow.
It's just brilliant, isn't it?
Look at
It's
that.
all
Isn't
like-
that gorgeous?
We'll hold that one up again, just so I can get a nice picture. So
That is.
don't hide your face, though. I like that. That's very nice.
So that's probably the one. So one was a gateway drug into football, one was a gateway drug into football shirts. And now I've got a shop, which combines the two. So, they're probably the two most important shirts that I have. But
I mean, it seems
Fabulous.
like having the shop to moderate your collection kind of must ground you a little bit better, because obviously you can collect until you're broke, or fill up your house and annoy your family. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. Yeah. No. So, like I say, the big thing about it is sort of like when you realise, like, because when one of them goes, I'll be gutted, but I'm then be able to go, right, I can now go and get something else, and it's sort of like I get to own something else for a little period. So that's the most exciting thing about it. Really, it's just like it's feeding my habit.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love it so much. Oh, it's fantastic. So going back to how people enter into the raffle, you're on, the 12th Man Rat Show, you can be found on Facebook, can't you?
Yes.
And also on Instagram.
Yes.
And if they go onto Instagram, I think this is how I entered because I've bought a ticket.
Good.
Thanks very much. I went onto Instagram, onto your bio, and clicked on that, and then onto the competition link. So
Yes, I think it ends tomorrow.
okay, yeah.
Okay, right. So what I was going to say, as a joke, by the way, I grew up as a Chelsea fan because I was the English kid in Wrexham, right? So I couldn't go to the games. I've been over this before on the podcast. I'm not doing it again. Go back and listen to the podcast if you want to hear me explain it properly, right? But family of United supporters, hated them all being sheep. I was like, I liked Ruud Gullit at the time.
Yeah.
So like Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm legally allowed to own a QPR shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Where do rivalries sit with you when it comes to owning a shirt?
It's a good one. It's sort of like I wouldn't wear another UK team's shirt, really. I mean, I'm a bit of a Liverpool fan as well, so Shrewsbury and Liverpool, that'd be about it, really.
So those are the teams you support. Liverpool.
Yeah, but then when you go onto the continent, You're
open.
I'll do Inter and AC Milan. I'll do Barcelona. I'll do like anything. Anything is fair game. It's sort of like I'm not from these cities. I don't go to these games. I have no massive affiliation. I love Dortmund. They're probably my favourite European side, but I'd quite happily wear a Bayern Munich shirt as well.
Yeah.
I'm having this conversation. I don't know if you've. The Messi Ronaldo thing's driving me insane. There are more players. Whenever they're going on about who's the GOAT, I'm like, Bastian Schweinsteiger. Because there's more players than them two in the world. Do you know what I mean?
Zidane is probably, in my opinion, is over, in my lifetime, I think Zidane's the best footballer. I mean, oh God.
There's so many.
Mainly just because they're both very, very talented. But there's something weird about Messi, and Ronaldo's really annoying.
Yeah,
Whereas Zidane was just really cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Zidane was sort of like, yeah, man, Zidane's going to be remembered really, really fondly. Whereas I think Messi and Ronaldo, they're just, I don't know.
But then there's
they're marketed to within an inch of their lives, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It's poor old Messi. He hasn't been able to probably go to the shop since the age of 15. And you've got Ronaldo, who just literally lives in his own and now he's in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
His bubble must be so mad if you're in it.
His ego.
Because it would be Ronaldo world everywhere.
Yeah.
And you're like, and he's getting younger as well, which is even weird, you know?
There's that
How
video.
is he aging so well?
They disguised him, didn't they, with the prosthetics on his face, and he's like just doing keepy uppies and stuff, and people are laughing at him because he looked like an old man or something.
Yeah.
And then he took the makeup off, and everybody swarmed him. You're right, like they were like, "Oh my God, it's Ronaldo!" Like,
Can you imagine having that?
yeah.
Oh my, yeah, mate. Honest, with footballers, it's more than ability. I think it's how they make you feel as well. So it's sort of like,
Well,
I love
David Beckham. David Beckham wasn't the most naturally gifted footballer out there, but he was marketable and he was related. The women loved him, the guys liked him.
do you know what the thing is with Beckham? It's sort of like, it's not a football podcast, but sod it, I'll hide. The thing is with David Beckham, he's a far better footballer than everybody gives him credit for, because his marketing profile, he was literally the most famous footballer in the world. Still probably, arguably is. However, he was possibly the hardest working England footballer I've seen play for the national side. His right foot was an absolute wonder. He was an incredible footballer, but because of the whole image and everything around him, people kind of just tagged him as a luxury player. When he wasn't, he was a grafter. He was a
grafter that had asthma and a bad back. Like, he worked hard to keep going. Like, I think when he was like in his late 20s, he was like, the way I take free kicks and I practice them, it's hurting my back. He had back issues when he was towards the end of his career. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. sports podcast. Welcome to the Shrewsbury Biscuit Sports Podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like I know I've talked about my son a lot, but it's because he's really passionate about football, and that's how I've started to have the love of the game as well. Basically, he was saying to me that he supports Man United, so he wouldn't wear a Man City shirt.
Yeah.
That's where he draws the line.
Yeah.
But he does wear a lot of wear Chelsea or other teams, and he'll support other teams as well or wear their shirts. But he's often that he loves the player and he respects the player. He's got admiration for their skills, and it doesn't matter what team they're on. And it's about, like you say, about the character of them and if they're humble and all the rest of it. So that's what he loves, and that's why he sort of follows the player then, and then whatever shirts they go for.
I think that
or teams they play for.
What I'd certainly see with my stuff, it's sort of like I try and get shirts with players' names on the back, because then it even takes you even deeper.
It's another layer to that onion.
And I tell you, there's a few players I literally know if I get one of their shirts in, it will literally sell within a couple of days.
Are there any players you wouldn't ever get? People you like personally, like, ugh. You know it'd sell, but you're like, I'm not having that crap in my shop.
Oh my God, that's a good question actually. Is there anybody?
Diego Costa.
No, I like him. Shit house. Sorry. No,
Carlos Tevez.
I like I like the North.
I'm thinking of the ones that just had no backbone, that like went from United to City or something horrible like that. Balotelli.
I tell you what I have got, which I have literally bought a football shirt that I will never be able to sell. It's quite interesting. So it's a Tottenham Hotspur, like 1997, I think. Sol Campbell shirt. So he famously left Spurs to go to Arsenal on a free, but was really shady about it. And so Spurs fans absolutely hate him.
William Gallas did it as well, did Chelsea, didn't he?
Yeah. But I think the thing is with Campbell, it was like really nasty. And so a Tottenham shirt player, supporter, is never ever going to buy it. And nobody else, an Arsenal fan.
So you've got that, you own it. So if there's anybody listening,
I've got it. I've got. It's a challenge to myself, really. See if
I'm going to challenge the listeners now. I challenge you, listeners, to go into the 12-man retro shop and please buy that shirt.
And get a picture and tag us in it, because that'd be great.
Yeah,
I just cannot see anybody buying it. But yeah, as for no, I don't know.
I remember we were at Cords Crush Cancer. Big shout out to Mark Fielden, by the way. He does Cords Crush Cancer, great guy. And they had the one year, because he auctions things off, he gets these amazing things, a worn Wayne Rooney Champions League shirt. And they auctioned it off, and it went for hundreds.
really?
Yeah,
I got that. The video for that's on YouTube. Worn
Wayne Rooney Champions League shirt.
It went for hundreds. They auctioned it off.
I'm amazed it didn't go for thousands, possibly tens of.
Oh my God! And all that money went to Lincoln Davis as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So big shout out to Mark Fielden for putting that together. I think it's coming up again. Cords Crush Concert. I because of work and stuff. Normally I'm like all up in it with Cords Crush, but like
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. It's gone. It's gone.
That happens to me all the time.
The white whale. The one thing you'd love. The one shirt that you just dream of having on your wall.
Yeah.
Or even a couple, like if there's something that you would like.
Holland 88, but like there's a few versions of it. So I'd very much, I'd like the Holland 88 home shirt.
Are they the orange ones?
Yeah.
See, I'm up on this now.
That's
Are you impressed?
that was really good.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the squares on it?
Yeah.
The diamonds.
Yeah. So the interesting fact here, like this is me being a complete football geek as well now. And,
You're among geeks, it's fine.
stroking fabric. So the Holland 88 shirt, it's sort of had the unique sort of like diamondy type of pattern in the background, which made it really, really popular and, pop off all over the world. They had a great championship as well, so that also helped it, cement itself as an iconic shirt. But
that's a total football shirt, isn't it? That's the one where they...
Yeah, it was the Van Basten, Hullet, sort of
Yeah.
Rijkaard area. And so they so that come out. But the template for that shirt, which, you know, a lot of football shirts are based off previous templates, the very first one was an Ipswich Town shirt.
Oh.
So without Ipswich Town,
Oh, wow.
you would not have had the Holland 88 shirt, which is, you know...
Well done to Ipswich for their only
Well,
achievement in
anything.
football. I'm joking.
Fracture buzz. Yeah. No,
I love this, though. We're learning lots of things today, aren't we?
Yeah, if you do start a sports podcast, I've got to come on because we'd have a good time. I think. I love it.
I genuinely would like to do one.
I think that would be brilliant.
It's just finding people to do it with, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it would be brilliant. I think, get it on the go. So basically, we have chatted today about everything 12th Man Retro. And I wanted to ask you a question about a little game that we're going to be playing. But first of all, before we do that, I just wanted to make sure everybody knows where to find you. So you are on Facebook.
Yeah.
You are on Instagram.
Yep.
And they can find you, obviously, in your store if they come in person.
Yeah. I think we're also on TikTok and Twitter.
Ooh, get you.
Well, I know, yeah. I got, by the way, a big shout out to the guy who does my Instagram
Oh, fantastic.
stuff, Tim. Industria. He's brilliant at what he does. Because I'm all right with Facebook.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to like all the new trendy ones, I don't really know what
I'm the
doing.
same. I'm not sure about TikTok or Snapchat. I'm useless on all sorts of things like that.
Yeah, so massive.
Or Twitter.
If anybody
It's not Twitter
needs
anymore,
any
is it?
honest,
I haven't got it anymore. I deleted it.
No, it's X
It
now,
went a
isn't
bit
it?
too far right for me. For the time. I was like, yeah.
the thing is with Twitter, I was really late to Twitter, so I only like a couple of years ago got it. Like, so when I come in, everybody was leaving, so I'm now like left in Twitter no more.
Guys,
Going, yeah.
who's that? Is there anybody here?
Yeah. It's like, wow, this is kind of like what?
You can literally go, here's a picture of a dog, and the people are like,
Oh my God, that's not a dog, that's a horse. So, yeah.
That was
oh my
perfect.
God, the Illuminati. The Illuminati have corrupted your mind, man. Everybody can see this is a horse.
is that a dash hound? Fascist.
Exactly, man. It is. I don't know what it is. It's sort of like. No, I shouldn't really go into this.
But the ones you are on, your social media is a great tool. It's a great tool to. Can people like, if they see something on Facebook, can they put like a bid on things, or can they?
No,
we have to come into store to do it.
At the minute, yeah, we are. I'm in the process of getting the website built. So the website's kind of there, but it's just down to my lazy arse putting all the products on.
Once you launch a website, you're never going to stop. Like
that's it. Bang, 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 bang. But I mean, do you know what's been absolutely crazy is we over the last half term we had a couple of people come into the shop, and they literally came to the shop. Came up from where they lived just to come to the shop, as in, so somebody travelled up from Swansea, stayed overnight just to come to the shop.
Oh, wow.
The beauty of it, they come on the Sunday to come on the shop on the Monday. I'm not open on a Monday.
Off back to Swansea you go.
And they stayed an extra night to come,
wow.
which
That's
was
dedication.
really, really cool. And they bought a Shrewsbury shirt, which was ace.
Oh, that's dedication. So what days are you open?
Monday to not Monday. No, not open Monday. It's not.
You'll have to stay an extra night if you come on Monday.
Tuesday to Saturday.
Tuesday to Saturday.
But yeah, people are travelling from all over to come. I've had people from Worcester, people from Tamworth. I mean, because apart from classic football shirts, which is London, Manchester, there's not many of us knocking about, to be perfectly honest.
It's so important to come in store as well, because like on Facebook, you do a brilliant job of showing all the shirts that you've got, and there's a good range, and you do like, posts about it, and it's fabulous. But also it's like that experience when you come into the store and you can actually just go through and feel all the
That's what it
shirts,
is, yeah.
and you can look at them all, and you get and you're so knowledgeable yourself that you can have a really good conversation about each shirt basically, and learn so much, which is fabulous, which is why I think I recommend you coming in person.
Very kind of you. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you so much for chatting to us today. I've really enjoyed it. It's been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you very
But
very
don't
much.
go anywhere just yet, because we're going to play a fun game with you that we've been playing on the podcast.
Okay, cool.
So we've got a game that we play, and it's called Round the Week, and it's been our version of Room 101. Okay. So I asked you to think of something, didn't I?
Yeah.
So here we go.
Round the Rican. Round the Rican.
I need to shorten that. That's way too long.
I love it. I love it.
I like it.
So we're going to go ahead now, and if I can get my words out, and play round the
Rican. Round the Rican.
She just likes pressing the buttons.
To be fair, yeah, if I had that button, yeah, I'd be pressing it.
Thank you for that, Snoop Dogg.
You're welcome. So, if you could get rid of something and send it round the weekend, what would it be? We'll start with myself, and then we'll go to Al, and then we'll go to you, Shaun, if that's okay. So, mine is you know, when you're online and you want to either purchase something or do anything or fill in a form, and it says, "Can you confirm that you're not a robot or an alien or whatever?" That capture thing where you have to say, pick up out the squares all the bicycles or all the buses or all the bridges, all the traffic lights.
I just don't understand how a computer can't beat that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he looks at it, yeah, that's a bus stop.
Yeah,
that's a bus stop.
Yeah, literally, AI created an entire tourism video for Trump and Gaza yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
They think, oh no, they can't beat these. Where's the traffic lights? Are you real? Yeah,
And it goes to show you how quickly AI can throw you under the bus. And last year, they did the Willy Wonka experience. That was all the posters for that was all AI.
Yeah.
And it was awful, wasn't it?
The problem is, though, is I actually do fail the test sometimes.
I do as well.
It's like, what is that? Because I'm an artist, I think I pick like there's a bit of an edge in that block that means that is part of the bicycle.
Yeah. I'm a sod for that as well.
And then also I sort of do it to sales callers now that I ask them, can they prove they're not a robot to me? So I ask them to look out their office window and say, how many bicycles can you see going by?
They say, oh, I'm in a basement.
Yeah.
There is no window.
No windows.
Damn.
So Al, what's yours?
Okay, so we were talking about Facebook and stuff earlier. I've been thinking about a couple of things, but recently something in the universe has happened where I've had to delete a load of content off Facebook. And like back in the day, you used to just have settings where you could like choose who you want to be an admin on. It doesn't matter whether it's your personal or your business page, but the settings on Facebook is so convoluted now. It's like there are subcategories under subcategories. There's rows and rows of like settings now. I think it's so difficult to like manage a Facebook page right now that you almost do need a degree to be able to work it out. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I need to get in and out. I can't be faffing around with.
I need to show somebody a picture of my dinner.
Yeah. Exactly. But like, I've got thousands and thousands of photos I've shared on social media over the 7 years or so this podcast has been about. I haven't got time to keep scrolling to try and find it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, make it easier. I feel like
Too many settings.
Too many, I think, overcomplicated settings on Facebook. That's what I want to go around the weekend.
Okay.
I think just in general as well, overcomplicated settings for everything.
Yes. I agree with you there, Shaun. So what's yours?
VAR. Very much so. It's like it doesn't affect me in League One. When there's a goal, and I can celebrate.
Or Sunday League, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. I mean, you have to look to the linesman, but that's about it. But you can crack on. But what VAR? I mean, it's. I'm looking.
If people don't know what VAR or VAR is, by the way, it's the video referee for football.
Yeah.
So it's like how they decide someone's offside or handball or a foul or something.
Yeah, it's sort of like. I mean, I'm lucky enough. I get invited to go to like Premier League games for. I've been to quite a lot recently, the last few seasons, and it's just such a bizarre experience now. I am so glad I am not a Premier League supporter.
Because they score and you can't really celebrate.
Honest to God, it is mental. It's just sort of like, oh God, yeah, no. So I immediately get rid of that, and I think just accept that referees are human beings. They're going to make mistakes. They're all rubbish. You know what I mean? But we
especially
all know
when they come to the meadow.
Yeah, exactly. So it's sort of like, let's just accept refs are rubbish. They'll make loads of mistakes, but at least we haven't got this whole thing with VAR and waiting. Because the one thing about football is the goals. And if you can't commit to celebrating a goal as a fan, for fear of it being ruled out for anything,
gutted.
That needs to go
devastating.
around the
And every week we ask you guys to send in your suggestions. If you hit the microphone on Facebook Messenger, you can send me a voice version of your suggestion. And my suggestion today has come from a friend in America, my ex-co-host for USUC, Tom Bruno, is in Vermont. And here is his suggestion.
What I would like to see disappear is automated voice discerning, or I guess directing calls. What I mean by that is you call the pharmacy, you get a robot that's asking you to make choices. They are saying that you only have this limited amount of options, and from there you can get your pick. But what if your pick is nothing to do with any of these things and you just want to speak to a pharmacist? Well, tough crap, because this voice automated service is what we have.
I think we're all in agreement. We don't want robots.
Yeah.
No.
They're taking over.
Yeah, I don't mind them taking over in certain things. Like, you know, it's like, but not when I need to speak to a human. It's sort of like, yeah, I'm all up for automation and AI used properly, but let's face it, they're going to take all the best jobs. And we're going to be working for the robots.
Do you remember, did you ever have to book a cinema ticket over the phone?
Oh, yeah.
Where you had to do the voice thing? And you want to like watch Doctor Strange. It's like, did you say on the range? No, that's not what I said. Like, you'd have arguments down the phone, like Doctor Strange, and your wife pokes you. What are you doing?
I get it on the phone to the hospital because I'm like trying to get in touch with my rheumatologist, and they says, "Do you want to speak? Tell us who you want to speak to." And I say rheumatology, and they say, "Did you say hematology?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh my god, yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, Tom. That's a really good suggestion. And if you guys want to get involved, then all you got to do is help me and Vix on Messenger or even the Biscuit page. Hit the microphone, press and hold it, and it'll play it. We do have an unofficial one from Jim Hawkins. He doesn't know how to get the mic to work on his phone, but he said coat hangers because he hates them. We won't put that in the poll, but I think that's a good word to, I mean, they're important to have coat hangers.
I do need those, and you need them in your shop, don't you? You know,
Very much need coat hangers.
Just have these shirts just chucked in the corner.
look like Primark then.
If any of you ever owned a shop or anything, do you know how much coat hangers are?
Really, to buy in bulk?
It's insane. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Sort of like, it's one of the, oh god, there's so many coat.
Well, a lot of shops now are saying you can't like have the coat hanger free with the purchase.
Oh,
'cause they used to do that years ago. but
Nobody's
they've
having my
stopped
coat
that.
hanger.
Don't get your
It's a
coat
fortune.
hanger. Buy your own.
Yeah, no. But yeah, it's just one of them little things that you don't even consider. And then you're sort of like, oh my god, coat hangers.
What we'll do, Jim, is if you want an official one put into Round the Week, and you'll have to come on the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
He needs to explain
I'm gonna
himself.
blackmail
Like,
him.
what has he got against coat hangers?
What have they done to him?
What's the alternative?
You know?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, like washing line pegs or something. I don't know.
The floor?
Oh, well, I do. Actually, what about the chair drobe? Because everyone's got a chair drobe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we very much got that in the house. there is one that's got 6,000.
We do have to, very quickly, I know we're running short on time, but we do have to talk about last week's poll.
Yes.
Round the Rican.
Yes.
Round the Rican.
So, Shaun, last week we decided the suggestions we made were the annoying caps on the bottles that are joined to the seals.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Vix had roadworks with no work actually happening, where it's just cordoned off and nobody's actually doing anything. Shaun, Brennan Todd, who was here, she said bathroom taps that are just too powerful and they spray you. And Liam Tinsley, our good mate, he put parking charges in town centres.
So who's the winner?
We left this on a poll on Instagram, and I was in the lead the whole time with my bottles, my caps, with 26%. I came second, joint second actually. Parking charges and bottles came joint second. Third was bathroom taps, and you won with roadworks, so no work happening. So that's going to go into the ultimate thing, and we'll. So well done, you won. You got
fantastic.
your
So
first win.
if we do this, obviously we're doing this every week now. If I win each week, do I get a prize?
I don't know. We'll have to let the listeners. Maybe the loser has to do a forfeit. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah, that's definitely better than
Go to Shrewsbury in a Wrexham shirt.
Watch somebody suffer. Yeah. That's just
Cruel.
brilliant.
That's cool. Yeah. And a Paul Mullin shirt as well. God.
I think go to Wrexham in a Shrewsbury shirt. Personally, I think that'd be a better.
Wrexham in a Shrewsbury shirt. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. I've got an escape plan. But yeah, thank you. Well done, by the way.
Thank you.
I don't mean to be
It's
sad.
my homework. You're my first homework, so thank you so much.
Thank you. I feel.
Yeah.
I feel bought now.
And I'll see you at the games as well. I mean,
Yes.
we got Peterborough away, haven't we, the weekend? You going?
I am. Yeah, it's a 9:30 start. We probably won't get back till about 8:30 from I'd have thought. But I like Peterborough actually. It's a cool ground. Really, wooden seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, wooden seats.
Is it Darren Ferguson? Is he still?
Yeah, he's still there. They beat Wrexham last night.
Yeah, they did. In the cup.
Yeah. So they're playing.
Oh, we're back on sports podcast again. There's listeners of the Biscuit going, "What is this? What's happened to the Shrewsbury Biscuit?"
Yeah, apologies.
I think it's what people want.
Did you call them biscuiteers?
Yes.
You're, following?
The Biscuiteers. That's great. That's what we used to call the hosts because we had a few co-hosts. But I think the listeners, Biscuiteers. Yeah.
Is that what they are called?
Well, our co-hosts, yeah, you Biscuiteer.
Oh,
Biscuiteer.
I like that. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So, well done.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, no, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. Yeah, cool.
Don't go anywhere, listeners. Me and Vix will close up the show with a bit of an outro. But Shaun, you've been great. Thank you.
Cheers, dude. Thank you.
There we go. What an amazing episode. Oh, I love that. I really do love that because there's a bit of sports, a bit of business talk. And, you know, this just goes to show what the Shrewsbury Biscuit's all about. It's about giving those independent business owners a voice. And there's lots of people got in touch recently about the Biscuit coming on the show, whether it's to do with business, the arts, music, events. There's so much going on at the moment. Even the international buffet, where we're going to be bringing communities from all around the world together. I think I want to be a part of that. So there's so much going on, and I'm very, very happy with the progression that we're making as a show. And I can't help but think Vix is a great part, again, inclusion to the show. I'm really, really happy with the progress. So thank you, Vix, for being a great part of the Biscuit. The next episode you're going to hear next week is going to be with Peter Metcalf. We're going to be talking about the UK Proms in the Park, which is going to be Attingham Park, amongst other venues across the country. We have covered this event for the last couple of years. It has grown and grown and grown. It's kind of like it would be weird if we weren't there, but we've got some really great exclusive news to bring you about the guests they've got lined up for this year. So thank you, Peter. Thank you to Attingham Park. I've just come back from there actually, so saving that content for next week. And you got that to look forward to. If this is your first time listening to the Shrewsbury Biscuit, thank you so much for tuning in. If you could go over to our social media and give us a follow, that would be amazing. I'd be so grateful. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on TikTok. Just look for the Shrewsbury Biscuit Podcast. And also our website, the Shrewsbury Biscuit Podcast.co.uk, which is brought to you by Web Orchard. They look after our website there. So if you need a great website building, Web Orchard will look after you, and they'll give you the website you absolutely deserve, because we all deserve something nice, don't we? Thank you so much, Shaun, for being a great guest. Thank you again, Stuart Woodings and Shropshire Business Suite, for letting us record there. And well done, Vix, for putting together a really good interview. I look forward to the next one, which I believe is going to be with Vince Dovey and possibly Neville Street. Them two are kind of one can't come without. It's like ant without deck, or deck without ant, So we got that to look forward to, and I love chatting to those guys. So well done, Vix. You're doing a great job, really. Catch us on the next one, guys. Peace out.